What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Many of you guys know about The Bachelor, that particular franchise that people go on as a reality show to, find a wife or husband or whatever. That's The Bachelor. A man goes on looking for a wife. But then there was a spinoff called The Bachelorette, where women are eliminating men. Now, with this case, you see Rachel Lindsay, who is the first black woman or African-American woman to be a part of such a series. And she did quite well on that. She's an American attorney and obviously into white men. And she ended up picking and marrying Bryan Abasolo, who is an American chiropractor. But today I want to talk about what is going on in these streets. Now, before I do that, she was also criticized for making this decision. I want to play that clip and then I'll come back.
What you underestimate, and this is advice to any future people coming to be a part of the Bachelor franchise if you make it this far, is that you are so protected when no one knows who you chose. Mm-hmm. People are guessing, maybe they're listening to the blogs or on Reddit or whatever, but they don't know. So you're in this bubble of, I found my person, I'm so in love, production is still putting you up, and it's like that bubble bursts when you have to say, okay, this is who I picked. And now all these opinions come flooding in about what you should or shouldn't have done. And I know for Bryan and I, we face so much backlash. Like, I got so much backlash for picking Bryan, even though I knew my decision. I knew I made the right decision. And I'm very curious, like, for us, so the first day, and I've spoken about this before, but I don't know if I've ever told you, and I know I never told you, Gary. But when we did that media round in New York, everybody was asking us questions about the guy I didn't pick. Right. And it became so heavy because I was in a place of, well, I'm still under contract, so, I'm not going to bite the hand that's feeding me. But at the same time, I want to honor and protect my relationship. How do I respect Bryan, but then also respect the process? Right. And it got to a point where we were at a head with each other because I couldn't find the fine line. And we just had to clear everybody out of the room and it just be the two of us. And I bawled. Like, I just needed a good cry. I was so frustrated. And we just kind of held each other in that moment and we're like, you know what? It's us against the world. We know what we have. We need to ignore all of the outside noise and we need to be a united front and face this.
So the reason why I'm discussing that is because she's talking about, she started crying, people were hating on her, it was him and her against the world. But what Rachel Lindsay is not mentioning, that I love to mention, is that a lot of people were upset about the race. It was a big talk in Black America. It was a very polarizing at that time. She was a black woman. I believe there was a brother that was on the show. He was eliminated. And same, and very similar, when you have black men and they eliminate black women for a white woman, it's also very polarizing. So that was something that a lot of people in the community were concerned with. How was this woman dealing with this white man? All right. And then you had so many sisters that were so happy for her. Girl, you got your white man, girl, he look good, girl. Those usually the same ones that got a problem with a black man doing the same thing. Until we heard this particular news a few months ago.
Bachelor Nation's Bryan Abasolo is calling it quits with Rachel Lindsay. After 4 years of marriage, the chiropractor has filed for divorce from the reality star on January 2nd and announces the news on his Instagram, saying, "If you've been following me for a while, you know I don't like to put my personal affairs on social media and like to keep a safe space for our family. After more than 4 years of marriage, Rachel and I have made the difficult decision to part ways and start anew. Please respect the spaces of our family and friends as we figure out our next steps." And according to court documents obtained by E! News, he cites irreconcilable differences as the reason for their split. He also lists New Year's Eve as the date of their separation and asks to be awarded spousal support. E! News has reached out to Rachel's rep for comment and has not yet heard back.
Now, I want to deal with that. This is very important for me. So why are we dealing with this? Let me tell you. We are dealing with this particular situation because now the guy, he's so done with her. He filed for divorce. He is asking for requested emergency spousal support amid the divorce. Okay, he's 44. He's tired of her ass, but he's also requesting that she cover $75,000 of his legal fees. Okay, now listen to what he says. I am informed and believe that Rachel has been using our community property monies to pay for her divorce lawyer and forensic accountant while refusing to give me access to any of our community property funds to pay my divorce lawyer, my forensic accountant, or any of my personal expenses. These moves were detrimental to my chiropractic business, while Rachel's income and success as a media personality skyrocketed. Now, also, his way of living has reportedly taken a hit after their split. Look at this. Abasolo is alleging that he earns $13 a month. However, this is less than his fixed expenses, which includes $6,500 in rent and $1,500 in groceries. Okay? Rachel and I are cohabitating in our family residence, but neither one of us wants to continue to live together. Our current living situation is very awkward and strained. I want to move out of our family residence as soon as possible, but maintaining our standards of living is not financially feasible at this time. So wait a minute, hold on. You went on to a dating show, picked Zaddy, okay? You picked white Zaddy, who y'all was rooting for. This is a man that she is taking care of, a man 5 years older than her. He can't even sustain himself without her money because she had all the money. Now he don't want to deal with her no more. She making it difficult. She said, no, that's my money. You ain't gonna leave me without that being my money. No, and they living together, but the dude only want to get out. He don't want to give out because he's saying what? Oh, you know what? My living style and my standard of life ain't what it is. What does that sound like? A scorned lady in a divorce. So now you the man. Now hold on, wait a minute. When y'all talk about these high-powered sisters that's supposed to be out here not dealing with black men no more. I get it. Y'all tired of black men, right? Y'all want to date somebody real. Y'all don't want to date no scrubs. I get it. Y'all don't want to date nobody dusty. I get it. Y'all don't want to date nobody broke. I get it. But at the same time, y'all not doing what y'all supposed to be doing. What was the point of you going to school and being so educated and liking white men and all of this to get somebody that you got to take care of? What does that point to? I'm going to tell you what it points to. I'm going to tell you. Some of y'all believe that y'all can be educated, and she is beautiful, by the way. I like how she look. And then you're going to just basically be able to have an attitude towards somebody or be disrespectful towards somebody because for the simple fact that, you know what, you arrived. And even that guy ain't taking that. You get a dude who is going to lose his money by dealing with you, and he don't even want to deal with your ass. Now that's sad, ain't it? That's sad, ain't it? Ain't that sad? Ain't that honoring? Ain't that interesting? What happened to all of that? Girl, get you a white guy. Because what I find out in a lot of this interracial dating thing is that the problems you have in Black America are the problems you have everywhere. The problems you have in Black America are the problems that you have everywhere. You can try to get around it if you want. You can try to get around it if you want. But the reality is you can't get around it. You can't get around it when you have issues, when you have problems, when you haven't worked on yourself, because you're working on your career ain't working on yourself. Let me tell you something. I've had some great financial success in the last 5 years. It has nothing to do with my ability to get along with people in a relationship. It ain't got nothing to do with that. All right? And I have had to learn to humble my goddamn self and to be able to go ahead on and do something for myself and be honest and be real and stop being an idiot. Okay? Stop being an idiot. Get myself together. Okay? And that's what I figured out. And this is an issue that so many sisters are going through, unfortunately. You know, we see Keisha Cole dating somebody young. You see it with Lala Anthony, you know, or broke. You damn sure seen it with Lonnie Love. Tia Mowry can't get nobody. Hey, what I will say is the writing is on the wall. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson and back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Which is your for all you just heard the bell. We're out.